This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the New York Giants. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Where's the tag? 19! You.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Watch the curve, watch the curve.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. A first down carry now for Miller. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Watson with a give to Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine, I marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
We're set. 19. 52's the mark. Let's go one more.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Thomas. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. That'll bring up second down.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 line.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. His throw caught right around the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go. 90 Wolf. Yeah, let's go set lunch. Sponge, go.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the Texans' 5-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gators.
Throwing Jones. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw, Watson. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. Watson looks to throw again. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. On 1st down, Miller, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, You're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Double time. We got
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Watson now to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to do.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 75 yards. And the Giants have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. And now out comes Houston. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Throw left side, completes a QT. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Watch tight end, watch tight end.
Third and long. It's Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Returning is Peppers. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Two-jet bomber, two-jet bomber. Stand. Ready.
A handoff to Barkley. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Set. 30 base. Hey, lock it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Hey, watch the ball,
To throw is Watson. Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
19. Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, you got 3.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. 24 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Rosas now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
From the 24, Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Caught left side, Hopkins. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Got a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding him to no gain.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now it's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
And New York set to take the field. A new life now following the late turnover. And maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Ready.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Protein spill. SOS. Big grip.
Operating from the gun. Jones. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. Jones. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Ready. 60 or. Watch the run. Hey, Echo. 5.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it'll be 2nd down.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Leo.
Jones now going to throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
41's coming. 41's the mic. I got it. Hey, Delta. 41.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it.
Intercepted, baby. All day.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Okay, ready? 41 to Mike. Check, 41. Come on, D. Tight dog. There.
Here's Jones on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
You roll out. Now. Hey, just it.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go. 15 line. Ready?
Jones, off play action. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
On the return, Carter. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Hopkins. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's good for the Texans. First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hopkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fuller. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 41. They go back to the ground now with Miller. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
You set. You 18. You want this.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They run again with Foreman. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. The veteran safety Antoine Bethea there on the defensive coverage. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Jones throwing to start the drive. It's complete to Golden Tate. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Second and 2. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, it hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Caught right side, Tate. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
On the double. I got you. Recon, 152 fighter.
On 1st and 10, Jones. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now Saquon Barkley, and not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Ready, set. 41's the mark. Check 41. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. 80 weapon. He's crossing. He's checking credit.
From the gun, Jones. It's caught. Shepard. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Got it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back now in Houston, it's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. Watch your slap, watch your slap. Look, squeeze.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 39 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns has got him in the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. On 2nd and 9. Watson over the middle. Open is Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll run on 1st down. It's Miller, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Reset. 19. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Hey, Sam off.
He gets it complete to Latimer. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Texans' 39-yard line.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Get away from him. Check 3. Check 3. Now.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Jones now on 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Nice stiff one. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 29 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry here for Taiwan Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Check. Set. 19. It's been a long day for you.
Here's Watson now on second down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is third down and 12. From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Bring it.
Watson on first down. He's got Fuller. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
On first and 10, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a first down throw, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Giants 35, Texans 24.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Ready up.
Come on, 55. I don't think you got it, sir. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Let go.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And some room to maneuver. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards.
First down, Giants.
Ready.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Go.
Slam.
Barkley. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking similar to what I'm thinking? That these rookie quarterbacks, they come in more prepared than ever before?
Year after year, they just seem more comfortable from day one.
I think you start really young now. These quarterback coaches, they play against a better competition. They go to camps across the country. Then they play big-time games in college. So when they get to the NFL, it's not quite the same, how would you say it, pressure that they felt in years past. And these kids just go out and perform.
And keep in mind, he led them to a road victory here, even more impressive. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. So long from Houston.